YouTube. It's pretty fast. Them Google guys, they know what they're doing. Whew. All right, everybody. It is another lovely Wednesday here at Transparency Agenda. I know what the title that you saw. They're going to talk about some fun stuff, and it's going to be interesting. And if you're a fan of, I'd say, superheroes, you might want to watch this episode because there's going to be some fun stuff we'll be talking about. Hey, George. And, of course, we got some new books. I got some new books, of course. And they got the big previews that came in. I haven't even cracked open the previews yet. I barely looked at the books. So I got to just be amazed by what I've seen. Plus, I saw some other stuff on the shelves that I'm going to talk about today. And I got this. I guess I can talk about this first since we're talking about comics. I got it for free, and I like it. And it just goes back to something that I really wish they'd do more of, as not just basic, simple ideas that work out well, but just something that I think is a smart idea. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Jeff. Okay, so, well, I'll talk about this. I'll talk about some of this stuff. This is the quick and easy Marvel free previews. It's free. It basically is ways for Marvel to get you excited and buying books that are coming out in the month of November. It is a great marketing ploy. It gives a lot of pictures, a lot of art. I'm very happy by it. I just wish they would do this more. Like I said, it's just a previews guide. It's nothing. It's just hey, it has to get you excited. If you're like me and you like art, it's a great thing to look at. Like I said, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You can find it in any of your local stores, and it's easy and it's painless, and you can find it anywhere. So just something to get that. I'll put it back up here. Got to put it over this note I got to finish for the boy. Of course, today was comic book day, so I got 3 books. And once again, I've not read them yet because God knows I'm never going to be able to read books before I talk about them, which I think is interesting if I can go that way. So, of course, I'll get this up here. Of course, I got myself the new Avengers, the Civil War tie-in. I did not buy it because Civil War. Hey, Angel. Hey, Jeff. I have not read, well, let me phrase it. I read a couple issues of Civil War 2. Then I said, oh, this is garbage. I'm putting it down. Hey, Eric. And I said, forget this crap. I'm not reading this. And the reason I picked this up is really for the art, 100%. Paco Medina is the artist on this. I've talked about him before. I'm a huge fan, so anything he does, I pick up. I just like his artwork. I really like his artwork a lot. So he keeps getting money out of me. I mean, is the story good? I can't tell you. I keep looking at awesome art. There you go. I'll do all different Avengers. It's they say it's Kubert. It looks like Kubert. Little Kubert. Some other people's art too. Mark Waid. It's got Mark Waid on it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mark Waid. I mean, it's Mark Waid. I mean, dude, what am I gonna say? Mark Waid knows how to write. I don't have to say anything about after that. It's like, and of course, the one that I really like, this Future Quest. My 10-year-old, probably 10, maybe even earlier, 9-year-old child is like seeing this and going crazy about how cool I can get to see Johnny Quest as a comic book. Once again, I never understood why it took so long for Hanna-Barbera to team up with DC to do this. And it's like, it's right up their alley. So I was like, oh my God, let's do some more cool stuff. Oh, so that's very exciting. And of course, the big previews. I guess I got the over here, a second image. Previews. Tracy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm big on art. Most of these are about art, except for Future Quest. Future Quest is about story. That's all about childhood love. But Mark Waid's writing is gonna be good. Mark Waid doesn't do bad writing, so that's it. But yeah, I do look at the art. I mean, I'm not gonna kill anybody. I don't look at books with bad art. At what do these books cost now? $4 a pop. Once again, $4 a pop. The art better be awesome. That's all I'm saying. So the previews guide. If you didn't know, the previews guide is where you buy the stuff from. All the stuff that comes out in specialty shops comes from here. And of course, Marvel, because Marvel still has, for some reason, doesn't want to put their ad in there. They think it's cheaper to do their own comic book. Because I guess it's, it's a full previews comic book that lists everything that's happening. And once again, see, another book I'm going to buy because of one artist. This U.S. Avengers. Put up here so we can see. Paco Medina is doing the art in this, so I'm buying it, just because he's doing the art. Ewing, I guess Ewing, or Ewing maybe. Or by Ewing, but Ewing is doing the writing, and one of those. I don't care. I'm all about the artwork, so it's all about the artwork. That's all that is. So there you go. See what happens. And this, this is Wednesday. And Wednesday is always comic book day. So what made Wednesday also kind of interesting? Geez, I got another previews I got to get rid of. See, look, this is last month's previews. Look at this. Look at the size of this book. Previews is pretty thick. I mean, this is like a monthly book. And what kind of paper is it? Newsprint. Comic books should be put on this stuff. If they make these big thick books with this style paper, and this didn't cost. Want to see it's disturbing, and I get this and I understand it, but it really upsets me. This book you see right here, and this book cost the same price. $4. $3.99, $4. And all this is a guide for me to look at products that I want to buy, that I might possibly want to buy. And they keep telling me that they can't do comic books cheaper than $4. Whoever says that should get punched in the mouth and then fired and then punched again for just being stupid, because that's just ridiculously stupid. We can't make them cheaper than that. It's impossible. Yeah, you can't make $17 music CDs either cheaper too, But they found out about that and they learned their lesson the hard way. But I don't feel bad about that, because that's the kind of person I am. Jeez, what are these books I have here? Oh. If you're ever wondering what books are always near me, like at any given time, cross-gen books. There's always a whole bunch of cross-gen books by me. Why? Because I always get a good idea of the cross-gen books. It's a very weird thing. Cross-gen is my awesome inspiration. Yeah, Tracy, I don't mind a lot of cool art because I get inspired by good art, but I also want to hit a good story. But I don't think the quality has been that good of late. I think this quality of story writing has been down. I think the quality of story writing in general in comics has been down from, I'm going to go all the way to like the early 90s. I think the quality definitely shifted when the guys from Image left. Well, let me phrase that. The 7 from Marvel left the foreign Image. I think that was a watershed moment. I think that proved to many people that art was much more important, much more important than story. And I think we've been regretting that decision ever since. It's one of those things it's very weird to think about. I mean, how good of artists those guys were. Jim Lee. I mean, Jim Lee was the best one out of all. Jim Lee. Let me see if I can still get all 7. Eric Larson, Todd McFarlane, Will Spataccio, Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee. Who's number 7? Who was number 7? Who was number 7? Oh, Savage Dragon. Eric Larson. Did I say Eric Larson? I always remember Eric Larson because he was the one who didn't show his face in the original ones, and he was the one hiding in that whole fiasco. And this, and once again, as important as art is, it does tell the story and does help move along the story. It is not more important than the story itself. They work together, and they should. But I don't want to see them battling it out. I think Chris Claremont, John Byrne, the best pairing of artists, writers who hated each other, which is so weird. That probably is in modern comic books, without a doubt. Their run on X-Men is legendary. That's just a point blank statement. That's not me being cocky. It's just amazing stuff. You don't really see any more of those kind of runs anymore. Well, I think the closest thing to that, the DC side would be Marv Wolfman and George Perez on the Teen Titans. That's a comparable move. But you don't see that a lot. You don't see guys. Well, okay. Before I get all crazy about that, Mark Bagley and what's that boy's name? I keep forgetting his name. I see his face, but I can't think of his name. He runs Marvel now. Bendis. They did Ultimate Spider-Man, but I don't consider that to be like a true collab action. I consider that to be like a really weird moment of just him just doing stuff. And also Mark Bagley, who I'm going to meet very soon. I got my books over there. I got my Electric Undertow, which I'm going to get signed by him, which he's going to freak out when he sees these. Because he's like, holy cow, dude, you are really a fan. And I'm like, no, I told you I was a fan. Hey, Rich, what's going on? I think it's going to be really, really just give me good art and give me a good story. Do both. It's not possible to do both. It takes a little more skill. and it takes time. And let's be honest, a lot of artists aren't as fast as they should be. I wish artists were faster, but it doesn't always happen that way. So it hurts. It hurts because, you know, you got 23 pages in a month, and some artists can't do that fast. They just can't. They're not physically able to do that. I've always believed it'd been better if Marvel had, or yeah, Marvel specifically, if they had made a limited series to make sure the limited series is full and done and in-house before you put out anything. And I don't care if it's 3 issues or 12 issues or whatever. Pay the money up front. You pay these guys up front. Thanks, Jacob. That's quite funny. You know, do the work, pay them up front, and then you don't have to worry about it because it's already done. And you can release it as you need it. You can collect it into the other stuff. It's just, you know, look, Jason, yeah, and don't get me wrong, Gaiman is another one that's horrible. Warren Ellis, oh my God. Talk about a guy who can't finish a story. I mean, besides the normal can't finish a story, that guy, it's like, dude, finish your stories, write the stuff, finish it, and then put it out. You don't have to get, if you do that first and we wait and you still put it out, it's still gonna be awesome. You know, awesome stuff still comes out awesome. There's nothing worse. Mark Millar is garbage. I don't even consider him to be even in the conversation. I am not a fan of Mark Millar at all. So sorry, Andrew. If you're a fan of him, I can't even listen to you anymore. He is very much the world's greatest hype man. I thought I was a pretty good hype man. Oh no, he is amazing. He's leaps and bounds above my hypeness. So, you know, that guy. Oh my God, he can. Good Lord, Mark Millar, whatever. So, what that type stuff? It's just, you know, I don't mind if you can have the cachet to actually back it up. Well, I don't like Mark Millar. He's a large fan base. He does back it up. He's done movies. He's got stuff. He's been popular. People have been supporting him. You know, he's not my guy. I'm not buying his stuff. But you know what? I get why people buy it. You know, I get it. But you know, like I said, I buy for good stories with great art. So if you've got an okay artist on a really good book, I'll read it for a little bit. But like, you know, books are too expensive for me to spend all that money on bad art. I mean, bad story and bad art. Oh God, there's nothing worse. Bad story and bad art. Oh, there's some. Ooh. I mean, and I've read some horrible. See you later, Tracy. And I've read some horrible books. I mean, I read during the Cap years was Cap Wolf. So you know, and I read Rob Lee. Well, when Rob Liefeld was trying to do scripting. Acting like Louise Simonson wasn't good. Come on, man. Louise Simonson's a hell of a writer. Don't think you know. I created Cable. Dude, this is what you say to people. Louise and I, because I came up with the visual idea of Cable. Louise gave him the whole soul, and then we made it together, and we've gotten rich. That's what you do. You don't have to glam on to, I'm the guy who created it. So, yeah, we did it together. It was a joint effort, you know. I drew it, she wrote it, and we became famous and rich from it. Ta-da! And there you go. You're done. Just sit on down after that. You're good. You're just good. But the Spider-Man closing saga should have broke comics. It's a horrible idea. But once again, this goes back to, see, I'm trying to say something nice about comics, and now we're just going back to just our usual angry, comic books, get off my lawn, kids. It just, the marketing has taken over the writing of the comics, and with that, you have problems that go much deeper than traditional problems in comics. So the marketing needs to stop being marketing. Marketing is one of those things. I mean, look, I'm in marketing, and I love marketing as a concept, but my God, man, marketing destroys so many things. And it's just, it doesn't have to. It really doesn't have to. Good marketing can accent what goes on, but it's you don't get that anymore. You get marketing, you know, like Civil War II. Why is there a Civil War II? Civil War 1 did one, we're going to do it again. And it's like, that's not how you do stuff, man. You just... Rat Queens, yeah, Rat Queens is independent. And let's just be honest. Rat Queens is probably going to sell, at best, maybe 10,000 copies. And maybe if it gets higher than that, but it probably won't. It's one of those things of, it's like independent books are always more interesting than the mainstream books. The problem is independents don't get read enough. I mean, and let's just be honest, the mainstream stuff isn't selling that well either. I mean, these guys are screaming, we got 100,000 in sales. It's like, you know, I remember when 100,000 was the cutoff to get a book canceled. You know, now it's like the cutoff is of, oh, I made it. You know, I made it. I made 100. That's like, you know, I go back to when I was reading Cap as a kid. Cap is selling 250,000 copies a month. And yes, the competition has changed. And of course, But I tell you right now, $4 books ain't going to fix it. $4 comic books ain't gonna fix it. Ain't gonna fix it. Because $4 is still $4, and I can go rent stuff for $2, or I get myself a month's worth of Netflix for now it's 11. It's 11 now. I don't know the prices anymore. They pay me. I'm like a whore with them. I just Marvel series coming up. Here's my money. Take it. That's why I'm on Netflix. God, they've got me just pimping me out like the hoe that I am. It's horrible. It's goddamn horrible. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Just make better books, and you can make cheaper books on cheaper paper. You don't need the super slick glossy stuff. I don't care what they tell you, because the mothers gotta buy people books. And since I'm talking about art, and this happen to have this up at the same time, and this is gonna be one of those. I'm going to transition somehow. I really don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm going to transition to what I'm actually talking about in the title of this transparency agenda, because something happened recently, something that was actually very important, and it actually taught me a very important lesson. That's why I'm gonna be serious about this. And some people are like, "Oh, you're gonna be serious?" Like, yeah, this is actually kind of serious. So let me type this too as I'm doing this. So a while ago, when I used a while ago, I mean years ago, I did something very, very stupid for stupid reasons, and it cost me. Now, a lot of people might know of this, but let me tell you what really happened when the guy it happened to. So roughly about 10 years ago, I got into basically, I'd say, an online altercation with a certain individual. This certain individual and I were both making products for into masterminds. I basically had enough of this person, and of course, if it's the same person who it was, I had a problem with 10 years ago. So if you know stories that's happened before, you'll know who it is. But I don't have to speak about it. That's not important. So it came to a head when I was doing products and he was doing products, and I think I was doing better superhero products than he was because I was a superhero fan, and I think something happened, and boom. Basically, Green Ronin banned me from making Mutants and Mastermind products. I mean, geez, I see. See now, Eric, you're telling this. I'm telling this cool story. You give me these good facts. I don't want to derail. No, $4. Yeah, but Eric, okay. This goes back to all right, I'm gonna jump back in my story. I'm telling this real quick. Eric, the problem is no mother with 3 children is gonna spend $12 on 3 comic books. I don't care what the price is, inflated with $1. Figure a way to make it cheaper, because let's be honest, back then printing cost now should have gone down tremendously. Because let's be honest, print on demand has changed that totally, where I can print stuff not on press and still make it profitable. So if we can clone sheep, send people to the moon, we can figure out how to do printing better. We don't have to pay $4 comic books. I'm just saying. And you know what? Someone's going to figure that out. And when they do, they're going to make $1 billion. And ding, 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 winner. There you go. Sorry, Eric, because I jumped on that one. Now, back to my story. So they got rid of me. They banned me. I took everything down. It was pretty, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough. I lost out. Hey, Steve, I lost out horribly on it. And here's a little fact I never told anybody, but I think people will find this interesting. Back then, Mutants and Masterminds was probably about 30% of the money I was generating. And that was a tremendous amount of cash to lose. It was like, hey, and whoo. So that hurt. That really physically hurt the company, because at one point, I remember I told you, if you remember back in 2002, I was only making $100 a month on RPG Now. Then when I started getting into Mutants and Masterminds, I jumped in, and that's the period I started getting to them, and I started releasing a product every week for Mutants and Masterminds at that point. We were doing small, maybe like $1.25 products every week for Mutants and Masterminds. We did that over that 2 years. Our sales jumped from $100 a month to $400 a month to, in 2004, to $1,600 a month. So you think about the money that's being generated just from that alone, and you're like, holy cow, yeah. So that was definitely because of them. So when I lost them, it was huge. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little shamed. I got into a bad fight, and at the same time I was getting kicked off of RPG Now at the time. So this basically all kind of culminated at one time. And I basically was like, oh, and I like I said, at that point I really wanted to quit the whole industry. I hated the whole nepotism. I thought it was garbage. But I said, I'm gonna stick it out. No one's gonna run me out of something I like to do. So, And so after I got kicked off, I waited. I said, I'm going to wait a little time. I'm going to ask them and see if I can come back on. So I waited like a couple of years and asked. They're like, nope, not going to happen. not going to happen. I was like, oh, okay. And then like every couple of years I'd ask. I'd be like, they're like, nope, not going to happen. And a couple of years back, I asked, and they seemed a little more open to like, they're like, but we don't know, it's probably a no. And I'm like, okay, it happens. I got to be a big boy. I did the problem, I got to deal with it. Now, a decade later, I get a letter from a friend who I happened to meet when he came down to South Florida to do a talk. I told him my situation. We've known online. We've known each other online for years, but actually meeting face to face. And that's all it happens. You meet people online, and you get a certain perception of them, and it's not really that. I mean, look, this is me, but this is me, hyped up. You find the more calm me. It's not the same thing. But definitely, it's I'm all hey, but you know how it is. So with that being said, they just informed me that I'm off the list, and I can now make products again for Meet Your Masterminds third edition. So I'm like, oh, great. And I knew, and don't get me wrong, I've been making products in my head for like the last decade. And I'm like, oh, they should make this product. Oh, no one's made this product yet. 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 Okay, the stutter is, Jason, the stutter should be gone. It was just a couple seconds. So I'm not using my wireless, and I'm doing directly from my phone. So I'm sending it up like that. So maybe it's a little faster. It might be faster now. So, so I've been like just talking to people. So I don't think Jacob Blackman, I asked him a question today, and he helped me out with some information and got me on my way. So looks like I'm probably going to be making some products for Immune to Masterminds under their third-party license. And now I'm stuttering, of course. When I mentioned it, of course it happens. So I'm hoping to put some stuff out. I'm hoping to really do some really awesome stuff. I talked to a couple guys today. I gotta finalize that kind of stuff. And once I finalize that kind of stuff, we will be releasing products for M&M under their license. I think people will be happy with the products I'm going to do, because let's be honest, the art's going to be awesome, because we do awesome art. I don't want to be cocky when I say that. And since I'm talking about lovely art, segue, Dio, I never pronounced his last name wrong. Masia? I guess Masia. It's Mahesa. Masia. I'm so has put up a new website for his artwork, and I don't think it's a new one. I think it's just he's updated with more artwork, because I see some of my artwork. Hey, there's a lot of my artwork in this one. Jeez, there's a lot of artwork. There is. How many pieces? Let's see how many pieces from New Exodus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pieces from New Exodus on this page, and it's like probably like 30 things on the page. So there you go. And 2 of my favorite pieces. Tane the Barbarian and 12th Blade. Dio did the character design of that kind of stuff. So I'm really very happy with those. I'm probably gonna have some more superhero stuff for him. There's gonna be a lot of superhero stuff. Dude, I'm making superhero stuff, so I got ideas for superhero stuff, like how Ghost Rider should be done the right way. I've got a great new way to go Ghost Rider. I'm not gonna tell you, because I'm hoping that our first product will be we're gonna be doing a product. I can't even tell you. This new product will be cool. I think people love seeing it. I think it's something we thought about years ago, and I was like, why didn't more people think like this? I can't be that smart. So we're going to see if we're going to do this product out there, and I think it's going to do very, very well. Like I said, I'm probably also going to see if I can team up with other third-party guys to see if we can start doing more stuff together. And maybe, and I mean this is a very big maybe, if everything works out well and it continues to go very well, and I like where it's going and I like what's going on, maybe we'll do a Patreon specifically for M&M, and maybe it's cool stuff we can do. I don't know if we're going to do it yet. I haven't anything planned. I have things planned, but I'm not talking about it yet. But, nothing is solid. So just take it with, a little bit of sugar, and you'll feel better. That's my doctor notice right there. So yeah. I guess that's it. See, stuff's popping up. I'm looking, all this cool stuff is happening. Okay. I want to see about that. Okay. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Jesus. I want nice things to happen online. I'm tired of horrible things. So yeah, so we got that. We talked about that. I guess I should put in M&M in there. Yeah. I guess I've always liked Mutants and Masterminds. Any book updates? Oh, okay. Yeah, Jason, I forgot about that. All right, so so of course, after the fiasco yesterday of the book, I'm trying to put it out of my mind. So I decided to do something cool. All right. Because this thing exists, and they're all blank pages. I decided to do something kind of cool with this, and I think people will appreciate how cool this will be. I think I'm going to turn this book into like a signing/art book. So whenever I meet an artist or somebody, I'm going to see if I can get them to draw 12th Blade, our main character, in this book, and just collect pieces of art from all kinds of artists in the book. And just like, yeah, pick a page, something quick, jot sketches, that kind of thing. So it turns into a big, huge art book. It's a personal art book that I'll have, and it's totally for me. And maybe one day I'll give it away if it's really kind of cool. I think it's a cool idea, but it just upsets me so much. There's nothing in here but white pages. So I said, it is a sketchbook. It's now become a big white sketchbook. So yeah, maybe one day I'll give this away to people as when I get it filled up. People like, you've been a fan for years, you're gonna win this sketchbook, and people will know what I'm talking about. Like, holy cow, I got one book for a sketchbook. It's so ridiculous. Oh my god, so ridiculous. So yeah, that's a possibility. But yes, I notified RPG Now what happened. I was very upset of what happened. It was very, very an issue. So now let's go to CreateSpace, because they sent me a message this morning, and I've got to look at it real cool, because the image, there's a problem, and I knew this was a problem, the font issue, which we talked about before. Now my thing is stuttering, of course. So we had the issue that we knew about. So I'm hoping CreateSpace will actually let me print it, even with the font issue, which upsets me because I love this font. It's one of my favorite fonts. It's called The Story So Far. It's from Comic Craft. Now I gotta put it up. If you ever want good fonts that are, and I mean this in a nice way, not reasonably priced, but they are priced because they're good, actually check out the website called Comic Craft. They have a new website. Comic Craft is a website I've been going to for years. Albert Dersenius, how do you pronounce Albert's name? Albert has been a letterer for a long time, doing a lot of books. He also is another RPG guy who got into there through that. He's done a lot of cool stuff, and he works for them, and they have a lot of fonts that they sell. They could do professional fonts. They also do professional logos. They're the guys who do logos for Marvel, DC. Anytime you see not all of them, but anytime you see that kind of stuff, you always see usually Comic Craft. They're very, very well known. They're very well respected, and they have a lot of cool stuff. And one of their fonts is that I'm a huge fan of, that I think is a great font, that if you've never seen it before, the font is called The Story So Far. And I'll put a link here. If you want to purchase it, yeah, I know some people are going to be like, what? You purchased it? Yeah, this font you got to purchase. It's good stuff. The Story So Far, it's $50 for this font. $50. I know some of you are like, damn, Porter, $50 is a lot. I'm like, yeah, this is. But this is an awesome font. This is not like a cheap font. This is a comic book font that is so good that you need to have this in your collection. I believe in all kinds of comics. Oh, John Poljack. John, if you came on earlier, you might have heard the news. What's going on? For those who don't know, John Poljack has done tons of work with me for years in the superhero arena. So I'm sure when he saw a superhero, he's like, oh, what's going on here? Because, I like superheroes. It's very easy when people know you like superheroes, and they want to hear, oh, you're talking about superheroes. So let's talk about it. Because I dig superheroes. I dig superheroes like I dig my everything, comic books, anything. There you go. Well, really comic books, when we get in that anything. But definitely comic books. That's in the link. So yeah, so it's a font. I can't embed it. I didn't embed it on the page, or I should have, but I really should have used a better font. I knew, but I didn't. It's one of my issues. And so I'm hoping that CreateSpace, thank you, actually will let me print it even with the messed up font. I just want to see it. Because that's what you do. Sometimes you want to just see stuff to see what's going on. Just show me all my titles. Yes. So send me a message. Let me see if I can get this just pushed through anyway. No, there it is. Boom. Yeah. No, it requires my attention. Just push it through. I don't care. Yeah. And okay. So they told me it's been reviewed. The cover file does not meet our requirements, which I knew anyway, which means I'm going to put my new cover, my old style cover. They use an 1/8 of an inch, and Lightning Source does a full quarter. Yeah, because they do Lightning does a quarter, while CreateSpace does an 1/8, which I'll have to fix that. But and fix the font issue, which drives me crazy. But it's a font issue, man. I know it's one font. but I gotta find it and replace it. I knew I shouldn't have used this font, but I love the way it looks. It's one of my favorite fonts. It is what a font should be. Awesome. So there you go. That's why I keep using it over and over. So I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna send this thing out. See, I told RPG Now. They're gonna look into it. I'm hoping to get a response, maybe tomorrow. But I sent them. I don't say it was a nasty gram, but I definitely sent them a little like, hey, what the? Come on! I just paid for this, and it sent me nothing. So I was kind of upset with that. So they knew I was serious. So they understand. Plus, I think they've always been helpful. I don't consider this to be a bad thing on them. It's just one of those moments of, are you kidding me? I mean, I spent money on this thing. Why didn't this come out even close? And then, once again, why didn't someone on the press notice there were blank pages on the damn thing? Oh my God, man. Those kind of people get fired. They should get fired. Just stupid. God. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox and calm down a little bit. Plus, once again, it's 9:30. It's over. See how quick it happens? I talk about a couple things. Boom, we go through it. You get excited. And now it's all gone. And now we're on to, what we're going to do about Thursday's show. I'm thinking Thursday, we're going to talk about something fun and interesting. I think it'll be cool. I think I'm going to be something exciting. It'll be something movie related, of course. Or maybe trailer related. Maybe some trailers I'll talk about that I love. Ooh, never thought about. Oh, trailers I hate. Oh. More movies. Movies that fooled me by the trailers thinking they'd be good. But holy cow, were horrible. There's a lot of stuff like that. There's one movie in particular. I probably mentioned it before, but I'm not going to mention it now because, God, I hate that movie. It's so horrible. But I digress. So there we are. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Oh, I think I already talked about this, but I just want to reaffirm. We've gotten our 200th subscriber on YouTube. So yay! We got 200. So now, okay, I guess our next number is like 500. That's like the next big super number. So we're going to push to see if we can get to 500. And we'll see. We're going to go from there. So as always, we do appreciate it. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure my finger is going to go. Make sure you subscribe. I think the button's like right there. Make sure you subscribe to us. It's really, really important. It helps us get a lot of Google Analytics so we can figure out what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong and how we can make it better for everybody. That's what we're here for. All right, everybody. I'm getting out of here. I got some more stuff to do. Got to finish some stuff and get some other projects together. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye.